what's up? Hotep back at it again. Bear with me for a moment. I gotta pick up this dumpster in front of us. Of course, somebody would park right here like an asshole. Of course, because why not? Because why not? You know what? It could be worse. They could have gave me zero room to move. That's what's up. Appreciate you, bro. If you would move a little sooner. Real fucking nice. If you're just joining me, bear with me for one moment, just picking up a dumpster real quick. I'm gonna get with y'all. One second. All right, cool. I gotta push back just enough. There we go. Appreciate you making it so much easier on me now. Don't get behind me, homie. There we go. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. It ain't the easiest thing to do to pick up dumpsters in the city. Especially when you got a bunch of people acting like they don't see this big ass truck trying to do something. There we go. It should be right on right there. Appreciate y'all bearing with me. All right. There we go. Couple more minutes. Try to pull this heavy ass dumpster up on me. Appreciate you guys bearing with me. There we go. Hold on, I'm gonna take y'all with me. Hold on. Dumpster heavy as hell. There we go. Yeah, I'm trying to be like you, Jimmy. Trying to afford night vision goggles and shit. Trying to be like you. So this dumpster got a bunch of like roofing material in it, so shingles and plywood, stuff like that. So I'm just trying to get it up on my puller. Thing heavy as hell. That's why it's called the work grift. Why it's called the work grift. There we go. Got it. Appreciate y'all joining me. All right. This shit heavy as hell. All right, we good. What up, Andy Bob? How you doing, sir? Everything good, yeah? Sorry for my dirty ass truck. There we go. Now I can get back to y'all. I hear you. What's up, everybody? Ken and Hotep. Appreciate y'all bearing with me. Had to get that dumpster. You know, I gotta make the donuts. Take this to the dump, then go and drop this off at another location. So, you know, gotta make that Hotep weekend money. You know what I mean? Speaking of Hotep weekend, that's Saturday. I'm sorry, it's August 11th through the 13th. At the Ahern Hotel in Las Vegas. Get your tickets now at hotepnation.com. Again, get your tickets now at hotepnation.com. Use the promo code CANNON, C-A-N-N-O-N. Again, that's the promo code CANNON, C-A-N-N-O-N, to get 10% off of your tickets. They're going fast, so get them. Last year was a blast. That's all I'm going to say. This year going to be even better. This year going to be even better. That's all I can tell you. That's all I can tell you. What up, David? Are you start back to college that week? Man, it'll be good to have you out there, man. It's going to be a blast, man. We had so much fun. You know, great food. Got a celebrity chef. We got special guests. A live Hotep's Been Told You live studio audience. You know, Thursday night. Get a shooting experience with me. You know, I'm going to be going over gun safety and all around just 2A stuff with you guys. We're gonna hit the range, you know what I mean, and much more, man. We had so much fun last year. So if you can make it. Again, that's hotepnation.com to get your tickets. Use the promo code CANNON to get your 10% off. Again, promo code CANNON, that's C-A-N-N-O-N. Anyway, let's get to it. So check it. The NAACP here in Baltimore, right? Put this back up here, hopefully it don't hide. The NAACP here in Baltimore, right? Let me plug this back in, hopefully y'all can hear me. One in the chat if y'all can still hear me. One in the chat if y'all can still hear me. Anyway, the NAACP here in Baltimore, right? They said that crime has got out of hand. Crime has gotten out of hand, and we need the National Guard to come into Baltimore and handle business. Oh man, the hypocrisy, man, the hypocrisy, right? The reason I say that is because old Donnie T, what did he say? Remember back when he had a meeting with all of the black leaders in these black cities and stuff like that? He was like, hey, look, if y'all don't get y'all shit together, I'm gonna bring in the National Guard. Talking about Chicago. He said, you know, to handle business, right? If y'all don't get y'all act together. That's what Donnie T said, right? So, everybody thought he was crazy. The National Guard, what is this? Blah, 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 blah. Now, all of a sudden, the NAACP here in Baltimore wants to bring the National Guard in to help curb gun violence. We don't want Trump's foot soldiers in our cities. That's what they said. That's what they said. Jay's right. You know what I mean? Jay is right. Before I keep going, if you're new, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon to let you know when I got new content coming out. You know, please share the stream. Let people know that, you know, we live. For some reason, the algorithm is favoring sharing now. You know what I mean? I appreciate you guys. 13 in the chat. Let's get 13 likes. Everybody hit that like button. But see, that's not the problem, right? We don't need the National Guard here in Maryland, in Baltimore. You know what we need to do? You know how we need to fix this? I'm going to tell you how we need to fix this here in Baltimore. We got corrupt politicians here. You know, last 3 mayors we had have been corrupt, right? This mayor we got ain't necessarily corrupt, but he ain't trying to do shit with crime, right? We got our DA here, our state's attorney or whatever she is, Marilyn Mosby, right? She's under investigation right now for some fuckery she was doing during the pandemonium. You know what I mean? On top of that, she not enforcing none of the laws on the books, especially when it comes to like marijuana, which is cool, and then guns and shit like that. She not enforcing any of these laws on the books, right? We got corrupt police officers. We got corrupt rank and file in the police department, right? That's the first thing we need to do. It all starts local. We need to overhaul our local government, period, full stop, right? Overhaul the government, period, full stop. What up, Suge White? Catching you on your lunch break. I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you jumping in. So, check it. Next is, and I say it all of the time, and this goes for every Democratic stronghold, every Democratic city. They got these strict gun laws and somehow got this crazy violent crime, right? They don't enforce the laws on the books, right? They don't enforce the laws on the books. You got all these people running buck wild in the city, acting a fool, shooting up. We just had an incident happen in, what, Philly yesterday? Or the day before? The night before? You know, they still ain't told us who did it. They still ain't told us who did it. They still ain't got no suspects for real. They ain't saying, they don't want to say shit. And that goes to tell me that some shines did that shit. That's just my speculation until we find out otherwise, right? But same fuckery happens here in Baltimore, in like Fells Point, and Federal Hill, and downtown Baltimore and shit like that, right? Same type of thing. But what happens is that these dudes, they get locked up, and then they go see the judge, and the judge give them chance after chance after chance. Prosecutor give him chance after chance after chance. He comes from a broken home, or his father wasn't in the home, or he's a troubled child, blah, 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 blah. Keep letting him out, right? Rap sheet, long as a motherfucker. Until they, one day, do the ultimate act, right? They commit the ultimate act of offing somebody, right? Now, all of a sudden, it's a problem. Now all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, what are we gonna do about the violence in these streets? People that's committing these violence are the people that you've been arresting time after time after time, right? You've been arresting these dudes time after time and time again, but you let them out because you want to give them a chance and a chance and a chance. And then when they do the final crazy shit, right? Which is, you know, like I just said, you know, taking somebody's life. Now all of a sudden you want to put them behind bars forever. They should have been put away like 17, 18 pages ago. 20 offenses ago. You need to be tough on crime, period, full stop. There needs to be, you know, in my opinion, a zero tolerance policy. It needs to be a zero tolerance policy, right? You know, especially when it comes to violent crime. When it comes to violent crime, there needs to be a zero tolerance policy. Robberies, you know, zero tolerance policy. Illegal guns, zero tolerance policy. Stop giving these people these chances after chances after chances, and then they go and they do some fucked up shit, and now you want to keep them, now you want to lock them up after they done took some people's lives. You know what I mean? It's craziness. Baltimore in 1968 and 2015 had the National Guard brought out during the riots. Yeah. The National Guard is not a law enforcement agency. That's not what they made for. That's not what they should be made for. You know? We got our own law enforcement. We got the Baltimore City and Baltimore County Police Department. You need to hold them accountable if you can. If you can't hold them accountable, then you need to figure some shit out. You need to get rid of your elected officials. You need to get rid of your leadership at the police department. Overhaul that whole goddamn place. That's going, you know, and keep these people accountable. You know. But again, they want to bring the National Guard in for all this violent gun crime, right? But wait a minute. Baltimore has some of the strictest gun laws in the United States, right? We got some of the strictest gun laws in the United States of America. Yeah, we got so much violent crime. We got, you know, gun deaths out the ass. You know what I mean? Like I said, on average, per capita, 330 murders per year for a city that's 300,000 people. Per capita, we're the most dangerous city in the United States, right? We're the most dangerous city in the United States. But we got some of the strictest gun laws in the United States. You know what I mean? That goes to show you that gun laws don't work. Gun control does not work because criminals are going to figure it out. Criminals are going to get their hands on their guns however they see fit. If somebody got murder on their mind, they're going to do it. You cannot legislate away violence. And I've said that before, right? I've said that before, and it stands true. You can't legislate away violence, right? Now, when it comes to the police department, Baltimore City's police department has a lot left to be desired. I'm going to tell you that much, right? We got a lot left to be desired in our Baltimore City Police Department. You know what I mean? There's instances where people call the police for help, and the police don't get there, you know, 15, 20 minutes later. You know what I mean? They ain't got no impeccable fucking showing up time. You know what I mean? They ain't showing up within 2-3 minutes. They showing up in 15 minutes or so. You know what I mean? Which goes to tell you, you know the saying, when seconds count, police are minutes away, right? We got a bunch of home invasions and shit like that in Baltimore. You know, that people just, we can't count on the police to be there in time to save us. You know what I mean? I feel like if you want to combat some of this violent crime, people need to get on. Period. People need to get on. You know what I mean? You'd rather need it and you'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it, right? You know what I mean? And look at how these dope boys and these gang members and all these out here in the streets. Look how they carry themselves. They like, yo, I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. You know, I feel the same way. I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. You know what I mean? You gotta strap up. You gotta protect yourself. You know what I mean? Think about it, right? If a dude know that it's a good chance that the person that he might rob gonna shoot back at him or take him out of here, they gonna think twice on that shit. They gonna think twice on that shit. You know what I mean? They gonna think twice. They gonna be like, you know what? Maybe it ain't worth it. Let me go ahead and fall back. You know what I mean? Because that's what it is. They know that everywhere they go here in Baltimore City, everywhere they go in Baltimore County, everywhere they go in Howard County, Prince George's County, Montgomery County, it's a no gun zone. It's a no gun zone. You know what I mean? Can't carry nowhere. You know, I can carry because I have a business. My family has a business. That's why I can carry, which is nonsensical because everybody should have the same benefit that I do, carrying a firearm. You know, if you're law-abiding, you can pass your background checks and shit like that. You know what I mean? Because these criminals don't give a fuck. They carrying them regardless. They carrying them regardless. And let me tell you this. it ain't just Baltimore City. Shit about to get worse. Alright? Shit about to get worse. People really just starting to find out that the Ukraine is a major wheat exporter. Right? They're starting to find out they're a major wheat exporter. Right? We got all these supply chain shortages. We got a shortage on chicken, right? We got a shortage on beef. We got a shortage on baby formula, right? We got all these shortages. Gas is through the fucking roof. You know what I mean? Right now, I'm looking right now. Let's see if y'all can't see this shit. Y'all can't see it. Y'all can't see it. But right now, I'm looking at gas for premium gas. Right now, I'm looking at $5.59 a gallon. That's fucking crazy. $5.59 a gallon right now. That's just nonsensical. That is nonsensical. You know what I mean? Luke Wake, enroll all over again. Enron all over again. That's true. Everyone carrying is the best line of defense. That's facts. That's facts. There are more good people than there are bad people. If we let them disarm us, we lose our numbers advantages. It's why Japan wouldn't attack the mainland. That is facts. That is facts. He said it's because he knew that it was a gun behind every blade of grass. That's what he said, right? You know what I mean? They want you defenseless and dependent on them. And shit about to get worse, people. Shit about to get worse. You know what I mean? Like I said, all these supply shortages, people gonna get desperate, right? You know, I'm not gonna say I'm not upper middle class. You know, I'm saying I'm slightly upper, I'm in between upper and middle class. You feel me? You know what I mean? And I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Like I said, to fill this truck up, right? This truck costs, it's probably more now, but the last time I filled this truck up, it was $300. It was $300 to fill this truck up. Right? Luckily, this truck makes money for itself, but that's a lot of money. You know what I mean? That's a lot. That's cutting into profit. You know, when you got to put $300 in this truck just to put gas in it, put diesel in it. You know, but I'm feeling it. You know what I mean? You know. So imagine the lower middle class. The lower middle class is in the thick of it right now. The lower middle class is making life decisions right now. You know what I mean? And the people below the poverty line is ready to do some desperate shit. Remember that. The people below that poverty line ready to do some desperate shit. Because they gotta feed, they got mouths to feed. You know what I mean? So like I said, this shit gonna get worse. This violence is gonna get worse. You know what I mean? Because people gonna get desperate out here. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be a lot more robbing and stealing and this and that. Like I said yesterday, I think that come probably the middle of July, in the June, middle of July, we're going to start to see some drastic shortages. Some drastic shortages. It's 20 people in the chat. Let me see 20 likes. If you're new, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon. I appreciate it. Please share this stream. Help me beat that algorithm. Please share that stream. You know, if you like what I'm talking about and you think that the government is overreaching, leave me a tip. Leave me a tip. Hit me with a super chat. Just say hello, something. You know what I mean? Anyway, I think right now I keep telling people to be prepared. I've been saying this shit since last summer. Be prepared. Be prepared. Get your food stores up, get your water up, get your medical up, get your batteries and shit like that, right? Get all that shit ready, get strapped up, get your ammo, you know. Start getting ready, get that oozing noodles and canned goods, you know. If you can afford something like Patriot Supply, go get that, you know what I mean? I've been saying that, but now, we here, guys. We here. It's live, you know what I mean? It's live, and it's about to get real. You know, if you haven't been preparing, I don't know what you've been waiting on. But it still ain't too late. Start preparing. Start with a month supply of food. You know, then work your way up to 2 months. Work your way up to 3 months. You know what I mean? Now, I understand if you got a family, you know, like I got a family of 4. That's a lot. That's a lot of food, but you gotta be prepared, you know. I've been stocking up on organ meats, you know what I mean? They're cheap. You know, for the first time, I just tasted beef heart yesterday. That shit was fucking fantastic. That shit was fucking fantastic. You know what I mean? But, you know, gas is, you know, oil. Oil is, you know, it's a gas shortage, an oil shortage, and oil prices. You know, I don't know why, because it's manufactured, because we have enough oil here in the United States to you know, supply everybody. But Joe Nipper's picking those guys don't want us using our own oil because they want to crash the system. They want to crash the system. And remember what I said. In order to have a great reset, you gotta crash the system. Right? We got an oil shortage. So that means that y'all, you know, who got gas, you know, gas stoves, gas furnaces and shit like that, right? Not only are you gonna see your automobile fuel go through the roof, you're gonna see your fucking gas bill for your house start to go through the roof. And I know some of y'all are already seeing it. You know, I know some people who said that their gas bill alone was $300. Their gas bill was $300 alone for their house. That wasn't even including the electric. That's just nonsensical. You know what I mean? The thing is, in my opinion, full kufi on tight, it's all being done by design. It's all being done by design. Again, in order to have a great reset, you gotta crash the system. You know what I mean? You gotta crash the system. You know. When that system crashes, every man for itself until people begging Big Daddy government to come in and fix it. And that's what they want. That's what they want. Right? That's why it's imperative to keep your 2A. We gotta keep your 2A. If the 2A falls, the rest of the Constitution, you might as well just throw that shit in the fucking garbage. Because it doesn't matter at that point. You know what I mean? The 2A is what's standing between powers that be just ripping up that Constitution like it's nothing. That's what's all is gonna be left of the Constitution if that 2A falls. That's it. Just paper. Just paper. You gotta keep your 2A. We've all said it. You heard everyone say it. You heard me say it. You heard Hotep. You heard Hotep Jesus. You heard Coley on the wall. Marge Story. We've all been saying it, man. We've all been saying it. They don't want, quote unquote, the ban of assault weapons. Every weapon is a fucking assault weapon. Every weapon's a fucking assault weapon. My fucking pocket knife, if I decide for this motherfucker to be an assault weapon, it's an assault weapon. You know what I mean? So, get caught up in that, but they don't want to ban so-called, you know, assault weapons, ARs and Dracos and shit like that. They want everything. They want everything. Case in point, you see what's happening in Canada right now. Canada out here, Canada said that they banning the sale of handguns and 9mm ammunition. Handguns and 9mm ammunition, right? Then on the heels of that, you hear Joe Nicholslick come out and talking. You hear Joe Nicholslick come out talking about he want to ban high caliber ammo like 9mm. He called 9mm high caliber ammo. Let's see, Jimmy Doss with the $9, $9.99. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I don't know if the guard is even coming to Maryland. You know, I don't even know if the guard's coming in. But my man Jimmy Doss Hotep with the $9.99 super chat. Cheap and you can ground them if it helps. Meat is very nutrient dense. Yes. Make friends. Yeah. Then around that system, we have to keep the 2As free. That's fact. That's facts. I've been driving and reading and shit. Yeah, that's facts. You know what I mean? That's facts. But they want it all. They want everything, y'all. They want everything. They want to keep. They want you helpless, and they want you defenseless, and they want you dependent on them. Because that's how you control a populace. It's through fear and through debt. Fear and debt. You know what I mean? They're already trying to make a class of renters. You can barely buy a house right now. You know what I mean? Unless you're willing to put $20,000 above asking. You know what I mean? But they want to control you through fear and through debt. That's how it works. That's how it works. And they've proven time and time again it works. You notice right now what they doing with they categorizing that shit that happened in Philly as a mass shooting now. They're trying to categorize it as a mass shooting, right? Technically, is it a mass shooting? Yeah, it is. You know, but the context of it is not what we've known for them to publicize. You know what I mean? You know, it's not what they've known to publicize. However, if it's going to get their agenda done, they're going to start to see more and more of this. They're going to start to push gang violence, and they're going to start to push, gang conflicts and shit like that as mass shootings. That's going to start to happen more and more. You'll start to see that. They started doing that back with the Sacramento shit. I told y'all that was going to happen. Now look at Philly. They keep categorizing it as a mass shooting. All of a sudden, they don't have any suspects in custody. They don't want to tell you the ethnicity of these people that committed these crimes because they know what it is. They know who did it. They know what's what. You know? Like I said, that's me speculating. However, you're going to start to see that happen more and more because they need to get this, they need to get their agenda pushed. They want to get this, they want to start banning stuff as much as possible. They want to start banning these guns as much as possible. In order to do that now, because they're running out of arguments when it comes to the 2A and you know, these horrific acts happening in schools and grocery stores and shit, they run out of arguments for people, right? So now they're going to start pushing that whole inner city gang violence as mass shootings and shit like that. That's what they're going to start to do to start to make a new argument, create a new argument for getting stuff out of the paint. You know what I mean? You know, oh, they had a high capacity magazine. You know, that doesn't mean anything. You know, oh my God, they had a switch on there. They're going, they had a Glock with the automatic switch on it. You know, that's the stuff type of shit you're going to start to hear. Right? That's what you're going to start to hear. And mark my words, they're going to say this is enough is enough. We have to stop this inner city gang violence. We have to ban this, ban that, ban this. You know what I mean? Because these shootings happening at these schools and stuff, they ain't sexy enough no more for them. You know what I mean? They ain't sexy enough no more for them. So they got to push something else. They got to push something else. And you're going to start to see it more and more often. Start to see it more and more often. So just be prepared for that. And don't, you know, and don't fall for it, you know, because we know what it is. We know why these gun crimes are happening in these inner city democratic strongholds. It's because they're not enforcing the laws on the books, right? And because all this shit happened because they know that the people that they're robbing, the people whose homes they're invading, they don't have any means to defend themselves. So let me tell you what you need to do to own a handgun here in Baltimore, right? Maryland, period. So in order for you to own a handgun here in Maryland, you got to go through a 4-hour class, which is called an HQL class, right? 4-hour class, right? After you go through that 4-hour class, they have you shoot, right? They have you shoot the, the qualified, quote unquote. After you shoot, then you got to fill out state police paperwork, right? You got to fill out state police paperwork. Once you fill out the state police paperwork, you got to pay for fingerprints. Fingerprints is like $50. So not only are you paying $125, $150, $160 for this class, you got to pay another $150 for fingerprints, right? That's already right there, $200, $210. Then you gotta pay $10 to the state police for them to process your application for your HQL. They do a background check, make sure you ain't dirty, right? Make sure you ain't dirty. And then after like a week or two, then you'll get your HQL in the mail. Now after you get your HQL in the mail, right? After you get your HQL in the mail, what is this? After you keep your HQL in the mail, now you can go buy your handgun. But wait. What up, Hotep Oz? But wait. You then, once you go purchase your handgun, you then gotta wait another 8 days. You gotta wait another 8 days to go back to that gun store and pick your handgun up. And you gotta do that after you gotta every time you purchase a handgun, it's an 8-day wait. 8-day wait every time you purchase a handgun. Here in Maryland. Shit is crazy. It's so much that people don't even wanna what up, yo? What up, anime? It's so crazy that people don't even want to fucking deal with it. People are like, yo, fuck that, I'm not doing that. They don't feel like it. Either they go get one illegally or they don't get one. It's a hassle. I mean, it's a hassle. And I feel bad for people because they don't have the patience. People, not only patience, nobody got $200, $250 for a class, and you got to pay another $500, $600 for a handgun? Come on, yo. Right? Ooh, excuse me. It's just a big deterrent. It's just a big deterrent. So what I'm gonna end up doing, and I'm gonna tell you this now, I'm gonna get certified to teach these classes, right? And for people who can't afford it, I'm gonna just do it for free. I'm gonna just do it for free, do the class for free, you know? Now, you know, people who are, you know, who can afford it, who got, you know, the money to afford it, then yeah, you know, I'm gonna charge them. You know, it may not be the $150 or whatever that being charged to everybody else, but I'm gonna charge them. You know what I mean? But for people that can't afford it, you know, we're gonna do it on their own. You know what I mean? Because everybody deserves the right to defend themselves by any means necessary. The state shouldn't be allowed to tell them how and when they can defend themselves. That's just a fact. That's just a fact. The state shouldn't be able to tell you how and when to defend yourself. You know what I mean? But I'm telling you guys, if you have not, say it again, if you have not started preparing for the worst, start preparing. Get your oodles and noodles. What up, Ricky B? The classes, what is that? Crime Bill. What's up, Kid Gravity? The classes should be free for the first time gun owners, funded by our tax dollars, since we already spending money in irrelevant places. That's true. It would be nice incentive for gun instructors. That is true. That is true. That's true. But we all know the state and the city ain't doing that shit. You know what I mean? Now there is a workaround here in Baltimore and Maryland. If you go get your hunter's license acts as that gun safety class. But that's a 3-day class. That's a 3-day class. Nobody got 3 days to go sit through a hunter's class, which is fucking still ridiculous. Because in order for me to get my hunting license here in Maryland, I had to go sit through that 3-day fucking class. Right? You got 2 4-hour classes, and then you got 1 8-hour day for your hunter's license. But if you get your hunter's license, you don't have to pay for the hunter's license in Maryland is free, which is crazy because gun safety classes should be free as well, just like Ricky B said, right? But you gotta do 16 hours to get your hunter safety course, which is ironic because you gotta do 16 hours to get your carry permit in Maryland, or to be considered to get your carry permit, right? But like I said, if you're not ready, guys, please prepare. Get your oodles and noodles, get your canned beans, get your canned chicken, get your canned tuna fish, you know, your proteins, get some canned veggies, some canned fruits. You know what I mean? Just get it, you know. Learn how to preserve stuff in jars. Start canning or whatever it's called. You know what I mean? Get your ammunition up. Get your guns now while you can before they take them away. Get your guns now while you can before they take them away. because they trying to get all this stuff done. Like we said before, Donnie T done sped up their timeline. Donnie T threw a wrench in it, and they sped their timeline up trying to get back on track. And they gonna get back on track by any means necessary, y'all. But we can stand in the way of it, and we can be prepared. We can be prepared. We can be prepared. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all. Appreciate y'all rolling with me. You know, hopefully you guys have a wonderful day at work. I'm at the city dump. About to go dump this dumpster and then get back to it. Handy Bob says, learn how to do urban gardening. It's not hard at all. Jane Jack says, buy seeds. That's facts. That's facts. That's facts. You know, that's facts. But anyway, I appreciate you guys rolling with me. I'm gonna go dump this, take this where it need to go, and I'm gonna get me something to eat. I'm hungry. This intermittent fasting is whooping my ass right now because I should have ate about an hour ago. You know what I mean? You can grow potatoes in 5-gallon buckets. I hear that shit. Anyways, Ken and Hotep saying, stay safe, stay well, stay strapped. Get your shit together, people. Time's running out. I'll holla at you.